What's going down, folks? It's your boy C back on the Madden 17, and we're about to dive into some career mode gameplay. There's been a few of you guys that have been asking for it, so I figured why not just give it a shot and see what happens. Now, what I'm going to cover in this video is just sort of a quick player introduction, and by now I'm sure you've already seen the thumbnail, so you know that my created player is going to be a member of the Buffalo Bills. And the reason I went with Buffalo over every other team in the NFL is because I feel like their offense is really close to turning the corner. They've already got a pretty established running back and wide receiver in Shady McCoy and Sammy Watkins, and at the quarterback spot, Tyrod Taylor has shown flashes that he can play well in spurts. So hopefully we'll get enough consistency out of Tyrod so we can win some ball games. Now, onto the creation part of the video, I'm going to go with the speed wide receiver as the character model, and I'm also going to be joining the team as a UDFA so I can get the superstar depth trait. And with that said, without any further ado, I present to you guys a player that we're going to be playing however many seasons in this Madden 17 career mode with, Montavious Jackson. I created Montavious to be 6'2", 210, which is actually my real life height and weight. Well, the weight does kind of fluctuate throughout the year depending on what month it is. Later in the year I'm a little bit heavier and all that, but so does everybody else around Thanksgiving and Christmas time. I can get up to about 220, but anyways, back to the character creation. You can see him going with the Rydell Revolution speed helmet, the Revo Speed 3 bar, and I really don't know why I'm covering all the equipment with you guys because it's going to change so much throughout the season, so it's not going to matter. But what does matter are the speed, acceleration, and agility ratings. Take a look at that, you guys. Speed is 92, acceleration 91, and agility is 92. I would have liked to see the speed maybe 1 or 2 notches higher, but that's not bad starting out. We can definitely make that work. As for the remaining attributes that are important to making a great wideout, the catching, route running, spec catch in traffic, and release are pretty much all in the medium to above average range. But one thing that I want to point out, and it's not really that important for a wide receiver, but after I rank up catching and spec catching traffic and all that, I want to rank up the stiff arm and the trucking so we can just beast out there every play. But anyways, you guys, that's pretty much it for the creation part of this video. Let's dive into the gameplay. Now, coming into the game with a 3-point deficit, Tyrod goes with the play action, looking to get Montavious his first catch of his NFL career, but he can't bring it in. And Jackson knows that was a play that he should have made. There was some traffic around him on the play, however, that's not an excuse. You got to bring that catch in. So after the drop, McCoy gets the carry on 2nd down, and he goes nowhere. He loses 2 yards on the play. So that brings up a 3rd and 12 now. Jackson, releasing off the line of scrimmage, makes his first career catch near the sideline for a 1st down. Cue up the music. You gotta show the man love for making his first NFL career catch. And it was probably a good idea for him to step out of bounds too, because Eric Weddle looked like he was lurking there for a big hit. But anyways, after McCoy's run goes for no gain, he actually loses another couple of yards, bringing up 2nd and 13. Jackson beats the press coverage by Webb to bring in another catch on the drive. So once again, another catch by Montavious moves the chain, setting up a 1st and 10. Once again, handing the ball off to Shady McCoy is not getting it done. He's losing yardage every time he touches the ball. So it brings up a 2nd and 11. Across the middle, Jackson makes the grab, and he sets up a 3rd and inches situation. And this time, McCoy gets enough of a push up front to get a 1st down on the play, and that's going to move us up to the 23-yard line just outside the red zone. So Tyrod comes out with the play action, has Jackson wide open, but forces the throw in to Sammy Watkins instead and is picked off in the end zone. The pick was made by Elam on the play, and for some reason they're calling a safety. It's not a safety, it's a touchback, but the indecisiveness by Tyrod Taylor really costed us in the red zone. Taking another look at it, Tyrod may have been targeting me on that play, but he saw Elam cheat over, and once that happened, Watkins was wide open for a second, but he just came back to him way too late. So on our next drive on 1st and 10, Jackson working the sidelines again, makes the grab, another user catch on the play, and it's starting to look like Jackson just might have Webb's number today. We'll see how it plays out in the rest of the game. So on 1st and 10 here, going with the slant, Jackson was open, but Tyrod completely overthrew him, but there was a good reason for it. Tyrod was under pressure all the way on that play. So a couple plays later in the drive here, going back to the ground game, McCoy actually gets some nice blocking up front and is able to take it all the way in for the score. Taking a look at the replay, look at this huge hole. Oh my goodness. Look at the move that he put on Elam in space. That was just too vicious. McCoy is just one of those guys that you never, ever want to have to try to bring down in a one-on-one situation. Getting back to the gameplay, Taylor keeping it on the option, hits Webb with a spin move but coughs up the ball. But Montavious is right there to scoop it up and save what would have been a huge turnover there. So on the next play on 1st and 10, Montavious working underneath, makes an easy grab wide open, but But as you can see, the drive stalls, and we're forced to settle for a field goal on that play. So we'll take the 3. And I'm not sure if you guys were able to catch that because I did simulate it pretty quick, but Dan Carpenter drilled a 56-yard field goal on that last play. So here we are down by 3 with a ton of time left in the third quarter. McCoy gets the carry once again, and just like it's been all day long, the running yards are just too tough to come by. So on 3rd and 3, Tyrod looking to go back to the air, targeting Jackson, but he can't bring it in. For as many times as Webb has been burned by Jackson this game, that was actually decent coverage. That was a nice play by the DB. And I thought that Jackson might be able to make a play on that, but Webb wasn't having any of it. So after going 3 and out on that last drive, the Ravens put up 7 on the board. We marched back downfield looking to respond. Jackson making an easy grab there near the sideline, setting up a 1st and goal. Looking at the man coverage, Jackson on the slant to the back of the end zone. He makes the grab somehow in all that traffic. Got the user catch. Tyrod Taylor put the ball right on point. I have no idea how this pass was completed right there. I thought for a second it might hit Terrell Suggs in the back, but somehow it got through. So on the next drive, once again, seeing the man coverage outside, Taylor makes a quick check at the line. Great release by Jackson. Taylor taking a shot deep, but is underthrown. Tyrod has to put more air under the ball and lead the receiver into the end zone, but instead underthrowing it that way just made it more of a catchable ball for Jimmy Smith for the pick. And that interception was really demoralizing because we couldn't get anything going in the fourth quarter after that. We ended up dropping this one 20-17 in a game that we probably should have won, but there were just too many mistakes, too many costly turnovers in the red zone. We can't turn the ball over like that. So taking a quick look at the stats before we get out of here, Tyrod Taylor had 3 interceptions in this game, you guys. He was 19 for 31 for 244. Only 1 touchdown was to Montavious Jackson. And I guess you can consider that to be a silver lining, but we're definitely going to need better quarterback play moving forward. Looking at Montavious' stats, he had 8 catches for 126 yards, 1 touchdown. He also had 1 drop, but I'm not going to make too big of a deal about that because he had a pretty amazing day otherwise. Not bad for your first game in your NFL career. Anyways, you guys, that's all the time I got for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go on ahead and drop me a comment down below and let me know if you guys want me to make this into a series or not, or if you just want me to play the regular franchise mode and leave the career mode alone. Go on ahead and let me know down below. I'm curious to get your feedback. Anyways, folks, that's my time. I'm signing off and I'll see you in the next one.